6. What week is it? Good morning, my furry friends. Welcome back to ESPN Fantasy Football, Murder Valley's finest weekly recaps with your hosts, Commissioner Nick Dukes, Favre Dollar Footlong. It has been Favre Dollar too long, and I understand that I owe you some video recaps. So, we're going to go a little back, all the way to week 10. That's where I left off, and my sincerest apologies. Coming at you live early morning, trying to get it done. I look like Harry Carey here. Fucking like Will Ferrell, Saturday Night Live Harry Carey skit. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you haven't seen it, you're gay.
Hi everybody, Harry Carey here. And welcome to Space the Infinite Frontier. We've got a great show lined up for you.
Hey, Doctor, would you hit the moon if it were made of barbecue spare ribs? Heck, I go back for seconds. Let's get it started with our week 1. That's how you know it's early. Let's get it started with week 10 matchup number 1. The one you've been waiting for. Yes, rock out with my Brock out versus yours truly, $5 footlong. Jason has been waiting for me to put this out. 177, 145. Jason takes the win. Hence why he's been waiting for me to put this out, and it's taken me a little while to get around to it. But I did take a loss, and Jason takes over first place this week in week 10. My team is officially falling apart. I mean, I'm using Geno Smith at quarterback. Not a bad week, actually, with 369 yards and 2 touchdowns, gets 31 fantasy points. But outside of that, I'm getting crushed at running back. Aaron Jones is not what I need him to be. And Rachaad White is finding more consistency in the run game. And actually, Tank Dell, 3 weeks back after injury, is looking pretty good with double digits. He had 6 catches for 56 yards and a touchdown. Jake Ferguson might have struck gold on the tight end area. But all that wasn't enough behind Jason's incredible run game. Alvin Kamara, Joe Mixon, Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs had 77 yards and 2 TDs, actually. Jay takes a flyer on Kyler Murray and 19 points to finish. But his shining star, of course, Keenan Allen this week. 11 catches for 175 and 2 TDs. It's good for 40 fantasy points. I know Jason would have quite a bit to say about this week's matchup against his arch nemesis, but I'll go ahead and let him tell you himself.
What's up, Murder Valley's finest? It's your boy, Jay, a.k.a. Dad, a.k.a. leading point scorer for the fucking season, a.k.a. Nick's fucking daddy. I'm at work setting up for a funeral, and I thought it was fitting since I fucking bodied Nick 2 times in a row. What's up, y'all? All right, boys. Sorry for the delay. A little breakup in between videos, but boy got a little busy. I'm out here in Seattle right now at the Chateau Saint Michelle Winery. Little beautiful views, you know. Lots of greenery. Feeling real uppity right now. I guess I just want to tell you guys, coming for that number 1 spot this year. Going to the game tomorrow, Thanksgiving, Lumen Stadium, home of Seattle. But I love you guys. Not really. Fuck you, Zach. Fuck you, Ashton. Travis, you're cool. Tyler, you know you're my boy. DJ, little bitch, definitely fuck you. All right, guys, I'm signing out. A little tipsy right now, off about 5 bottles of wine. Let's party. Happy Thanksgiving, boys.
Hey, one time I took a pair of binoculars and stared at the sun for over an hour. I don't recommend it.
That's something else.
Yeah, Jay, 177 to 145 the final. He takes over first place, and I drop. Matchup number 2 this week. You got Team Graham, Travis versus Team Burris. Zach's still trying to fight to get into the playoff race here, while Travis is sitting in first place in the other division. He ends up getting the win, 183 to 112, behind Sam Howell again, and actually Javonte Williams. Denver puts up a decent run game, 79 yards and a catching touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr. on the ground, also tearing it up. Chris Olave and Mike Evans. The guy has a stellar game. I mean, look at Travis's team. There's a reason why he's in first place in the Scotch division, and also why he is a lock for playoff contention.
Now that's gotta be exciting for you.
Zachary's trying to struggle to limp in the end, hopefully catch a late seed. Behind Kenneth Walker III, 21 points, 16-point performances from DK Metcalf and Christian Kirk. It's not going to do it when Josh Allen's only getting you 19 and the Saints defense with a whopping 0. So 183 to 112. Travis takes a win for matchup number 2. Matchup number 3. You got Rayman Music against Orange Crush. Tyler versus Ray. A fucking close one here, gentlemen. 123 to 122. Tyler ekes out the win by 1 point over Raymond, who has been just surging up the ladder. But Orange Crush has made one of the most miraculous comebacks I've ever seen in fantasy football history. The guy looked like he had fallen on his fucking face right out the gate and somehow has come back to a dominant performance. Joe Burrow with 27 points, 347 yards, and 2 touchdowns. In his flex position, Noah Brown gets 7 catches for 172 yards. It seems like C.J. Stroud knows what he's doing over there in Houston because these wide receivers are tearing it up. On the other side, you got Raymond. He's starting Baker Mayfield. We all know how fucking far down you have to dig to get that. Austin Eckler with 67 yards and a touchdown and 20 points, but -9 from the Chargers D is what really dropped him down. Look at that 1-point loss. Even though CeeDee Lamb goes off, has a fucking phenomenal game. 11 catches, 151 yards, and 2 total touchdowns. 1 on the ground and 1 through the air. That's 39 points. And then Chargers D, -9. And Raymond takes a loss, 122 to 123. Look out, Orange Crush on a roll, baby.
Hey! How about this mad cow disease?
Matchup number 4, another fucking close one. You guys, this is crazy, man. I got Luke versus DJ, right? Choco Dave, Chafing Pinatas. Luke takes it by 1 point. 135 to 134 is the total on that. Dak Prescott lights out. 404 yards, 5 total touchdowns on the ground, through the air. Only 1 pick, but you got to throw that in there as well. Really, that was pretty much the brightest spot in his lineup. Christian McCaffrey, you're already expecting that, so 19 points is underwhelming. Garrett Wilson showing a little bit of life, but everybody else was pretty much dead. 53 points is all it needed, though. Against DJ behind Lamar Jackson, great games from Brandon Cooks and TJ Hawkinson. You don't expect 30 points from your tight end position. You don't expect a lot from DJ's tight end. You know what I'm saying, girl? Other than that, it really was Dak Prescott who brought it home for Luke's team. Took the dub, 135 to 134. Luke also trying to make that late push for the playoffs. See if he can pull it out.
Hey, what about this? If you had a choice between being the top scientist in your field or getting mad cow disease, what would it be?
Well, of course I would choose to be the top scientist in my field.
Oh, good. I was worried you'd choose mad cow.
Would you rather be the top scientist in your field or have mad cow? Speaking of mad cow disease, matchup number 5 pits R.I.P. Odell against the Tenderfoot's Jolo. You got Ashton versus Uncle Joe here. Ashton takes the win, 140 to 118. Brock Purdy, 296 yards and 3 total touchdowns. Bijan Robinson with 17 points. A couple of decent outings for Deebo Samuel and Amari Cooper, but he gets the win over Jolo. Justin Herbert, 39 points, 323 yards, and 4 touchdowns. 1 pick, right? You got to throw that in for good measure, of course. But decent outing. Unlucky for Jolo, he leaves T. Higgins in the lineup, who ends up injured. 0 points. Jonathan Taylor gets in the end zone. David Montgomery gets in the end zone. But pretty much underwhelming outings from everybody in his lineup outside of Justin Herbert. And he takes a loss 118 to 140 against young Ashton. Wildly convenient and ironic at the same time, your Week 10 high score and Week 10 low score were pitted in the same matchup. You got Travis with 183 points, Team Graham. And then for your low score, you got Mr. Burris. Team Burris with 112 points this week. Team high, team low.
That's something else.
Oh, Yeah. I really hope everybody had a fantastic holiday and a good week with their families and Thanksgiving. I hope you ate well. I hope you drank well. I hope you watched some football. I hope you had some laughs and enjoyed time. I know it's tough with how busy life gets sometimes, but I appreciate you guys making time for fantasy football and for your friends and for everybody. I know I ate fantastic and I drank fantastic and I get to see all the people that I love the most. And I don't have to look at you motherfuckers, so it's actually a good day.
It's been a pleasure. We've covered a lot of ground, shared a few laughs. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks as always for sticking by me. I will, I promise you I'll finish out this season. I will get the rest of these videos out hopefully before playoffs start. That is my goal, so I got a couple weeks to make that happen. All right? In the meantime, give yourself a hug, give your loved ones a hug, send that text, send that picture, answer your goddamn phone. It's just your mother or your best friend or DJ most of the time, realistically. I love y'all. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next week. Commish out.
See you next time.